What is good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Kai back with another Legends. I was about to say Dokkan, but Legends video for you guys. Today we have another character comparison between the new Final Form Transforming Cooler and the new Transforming Golden Frieza as well. Now, sadly, your boy was not able to pull these units. Now, what I'm going to plan on doing with this series in particular, when I actually do pull the units, or they're units that you guys, if you guys want to see a particular comparison done between two that I already have, I will do an actual showcase and use those characters online as well. But for units that I do not have, what we can do is take a look at their abilities in the actual featured part of things, and then also I do have all their stats down written down for you guys, just like we did on the chart. But this time around I have it post transformation and pre-transformation, so you guys can see the differences on both levels. But first, taking a look at the man's cooler with his arts, first and foremost, just to show you guys, he doesn't have any strike arts or anything like that that'll paralyze, bleed, nothing along those lines. But when you look at his death beam, deals major pierce damage, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade +5 to substitution count for 10 timer counts on hit. And then his special attack is, or his special arts is, the +20% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Now, looking at his main abilities, guys, his main abilities is transform. His first one is transform into final form, draw a special arts card. Next, requires 15 timer counts to go by. Now we're just going to go to after transformation now, because nothing else changes besides the main ability, and it says your hell begins now. Draw a special card art. Next, restores own health by 25%, which is huge. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level for 40 timer counts as well, and that only requires 10 timer counts after you transform with the first ability. Now, looking at the Z abilities, you got a 28% tag to Lineage of Evil base strike defense, but at the Z ability 3, you get a 35% tag to Lineage of Evil, also to sagas from the movies as well. Now, his two unique abilities, the first one is Ultimate Transformation, restores own vanishing gauge by 40% when enemy switches character while this character is on the battlefield, which is kind of clutch. Applies the following effects to self per defeated tag Lineage of Evil or episode saga of the movie's battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So if any of your members are down when this man comes in, you get a 25% to damage inflicted, and you also reduce damage received by 10% for 10 timer counts as well. So that's a fairly nice, unique ability all around there, not gonna lie. Now, the last one is time to have some fun. Apply the following effects. You get a reduced damage received by 20% for 10 timer counts. This is when you enter the battlefield, by 20% for 10 timer counts, plus 30% strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. The following effects occur after the enemy attack is over. So pretty much each and every single time after the enemy's attack is over, you get a 25% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and 25% to damage inflicted by allied tag Lineage of Evil or episode sagas from the movie for 20 timer counts as well. So all around, the man's cooler's abilities are fairly nice, especially considering the fact that he is a defense type. There's a lot of stuff like that, health and all that, that is very, very nice for this man. So honestly, he looks like a fairly decent unit at the very least, and all transforming units, in my opinion, are some of the better units in the game, because their stats when they transform are actually absolutely insane. Like, their stats are literally better than some Legends limited characters and things like that. But now, taking a look at the man's Frieza. The man Frieza, in my opinion, I really do like this character. But first, looking at the ability pre-transformation, it's the one to transform. You transform into the golden, and the transformation lasts for 45 timer counts, and it also restores your health by 20% when you do transform. And then the second time around, when your second main ability comes, you got a draw special move arts card, -5 to own strike arts cost, also for 30 timer counts, and plus 25% to damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and it requires 10 timer counts to go by. Now, his first Z ability is also 28% to tag Lineage of Evil, but this time it's base strike attack during battle. And then at Z ability 3, you get a 35% to tag Lineage of Evil or tag Frieza Force base strike, as opposed to the saga from the movies. Now, looking at his two unique abilities, you got Payback for the Humiliation. You get a plus 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when faced with the enemy character Goku. So basically, anytime he's facing Goku, that is just that much better of it. You're just going to be doing that much more damage for 10 timer counts. And then also, when this character enters the battlefield, the following effects are applied to self if a tag Lineage of Evil or Frieza Force other than this character is a battle member. Of course, that is going to be the type of teams that this character is run on. So you get a plus 15 plus 50% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and plus 40% to ki recovery for 20 timer counts. And that 50% strike damage increase is absolutely insane each and every time he enters the battlefield, considering the simple fact that his strike damage is already extremely high, as you guys will see when we get to the 2 charts at the end. Now, looking at his next one, the Emperor's Lust for Vengeance, I cannot read right now, but applies the following effects to allied tag Lineage of Evil or tag Frieza Force when this character is switched to standby. So basically every time this character is taken out, the other members of your team will get this boost. You get a plus 20% to damage inflicted against tag Sand for 15 timer counts, and plus 20% strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. So that is just very, very nice. Every time he comes in, Frieza gets a boost, and every time he comes out, the character that comes in gets a boost. Absolutely insane. Now, applies the following effects to self until the transformation ends. So until your transformation ends, you're going to get a reduced damage received by 20%, and it cannot be canceled, and then plus 30% damage inflicted to character Goku. So pretty much if you transform, and then also when you see the character Goku with this other unique ability, as you guys see, plus 15% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts when faced with enemy Goku, if you have those boosted at the same time, this man is just going to be an absolute Goku killer within Dragon Ball Legends. And then also it says reduces own ki by 100 one transformation ends. So when that transformation ends, it's going to be absolutely it's going to kill Frieza in a sense, as far as your ki is going to go away and all of the stats are going to go back to the basic form. Now, that is everything for these characters as far as their abilities go. Now what we're going to do is take a look at their stats before I really say which character I really like more between the two. Alright y'all, here we are on the chart looking at their stats side by side for both of these characters. Again, we're going to look at them in the pre-awoken state and then also in their awoken state post-transformation. Now, taking a look at Frieza, obviously Frieza is more on the melee side, so his attack stats are going to be primarily better. But when you look at his health, I mean, did I say her? My bad. I always say that with Frieza sometimes. But if you look at my man's health, he does have 1.2 mil and 3,521 health in total. Then looking at the strike attack, 117,049, 111,095 blast, 80,823 strike defense with 79,807 blast defense. Then critical is 3,171, while the ki restore speed is 2,246. Now, when you take a look at Cooler has more health than Frieza at 1,241,314, 108,207 strike attack, so clearly lacking right there compared to Frieza. 103,756 blast, again lacking in comparison to Frieza. But then in the strike defense category, 81,837, which is more than Frieza, as well as the blast defense, which is significantly higher at 84,747. Now the critical is a little bit higher, 3,284, same with the ki restore speed at 2,361. But when you look at these characters post transformation, guys, this is where Frieza, in my opinion, really just becomes an absolute monster. Looking at him right here, as you guys see, his health becomes 1.2 mil, 99,255 with a 145,939 strike attack, while his blast is 129,164. Now looking at that blast, I want people to realize one thing. The new Legends Limited Goku, I have mine at the 2-star level, so even at the 3-star level, his stats do not increase to the 4-star. So even if you have him at 3-star, whatever, his blast attack at max 598% is 130,000. Frieza's is 129,000, and that is significantly weaker between his two, with his strike at 145,000. That is how strong this man really is in his transformation for those 45 seconds, on top of all the strike bonuses he gets with his unique abilities and things like that. Now, looking at his defense, though, he has 87,150 strike defense and 86,042 blast defense. Now, his critical is 3,171, and his ki restore speed is still 2,264. Now, taking a look at the Man Cooler. Man Cooler is honestly fairly nice as well as a defensive unit, without doubt. He is fairly tanky. His health is 1,440,832. That is a lot of health. His strike attack is only 117,050, which is not bad, but it's not really great. You're not going to be getting the most damage with this unit. Blast attack at 112,098, strike defense at 94,781, and that blast defense almost at 100k at 98,151, guys. That's absolutely insane. Now his critical is coming in at 3,284 to key restore speed of 2,361. The only thing is, man, when you really look at Cooler, honestly, he has lower attack stats than base form Frieza pretty much, or basically the same attack stats. Honestly, their strike attack is the exact same, and his blast attack is a little bit higher than base form Frieza's. The only thing is he has insane defensive boost in his final form. Like in base form, Frieza's and his strike defense are fairly close. They're not that much farther apart from each other. It's like 1,000 or so, I believe, if I take a look. Yeah, it's like 1,000 in between the difference, but then when they transform, it takes a 7,000 increase. There has a 7,000 difference between the two at that point in time. So honestly, his defense is very, very good. It's a unit that I can definitely see being very, very good online as well in PvP with all the different unique abilities that he has also. But in my opinion, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I truly do like this Golden Frieza more. This Golden Frieza is an absolute glass cannon. This man is gonna be doing some serious damage while in that golden form. The damage is literally gonna be out of this world. It's a unit that you really want to take advantage of those 45 seconds with, because after that he does not become that great. I will say this, really, in those 45 seconds and pre those 45 seconds, I feel this Frieza is the better unit. But once those 45 seconds are gone, this Cooler is definitely the better unit after that point in time, because he could just stay in his final form throughout the whole match. So again, to me, I do feel like the Golden Frieza will be a more viable online unit, because it's one that can just take out some units fairly quickly for you, things like that. But the Cooler at the same time is going to be very good, not only for online, but I feel he's going to be a unit that's going to be useful in a lot of the PvE events, because of all the health he has, the ability to get health back as well. Like and just the fact that his strike attacks and stuff is not the highest in the world, but he has a lot of unique abilities that help his attacks as well. So I do like both of these units, but again, in the end, I do like the Golden Frieza more. It's the one that I am trying to pull the most out of the two. But let me know what you guys think about these units. Let me know if you guys have been able to pull these units as well down below in the comments. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoy this video. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace.